We can see clearly now. The fog has gone. In this April of 2021, we lightworkers, star seeds, we higher frequency galactic beings who have ensconced their soul in human bodies in order that we might help our human brethren, we are in magnificent times of opportunity, for we can see clearly now. We are being given time to see, to comprehend who we are and what has happened to us. Time to move ourselves from the old paradigm of living, the old paradigm of limited understanding and painful reactivity, to a new way of being. A way of being that is no longer reactive to that which we see going on around us, but rather listens to the wisdom, the joy, the love and the compassion that flow from within. A way of being that is resolute, knowing and confident of who and what we are and why we are here. We have been the ultimate empaths, kind and loving, deferential and caring, attempting to please those around us in every way. They, in turn, in their low-frequency indoctrinated state, have been narcissistic towards us. This is the light vying against the darkness. This is the contrast, the clashing of human beliefs and behavior that we came to Earth to experience. They, our fear-filled third-dimensional brethren, have taken advantage of our kindness, advantage of our empathy. They have fed off the sorrowful, despondent energy that our reactions to their prods and pokes created, for we wanted connection with them, and we trusted that they were as honourable, as caring, and as loving as we ourselves were. And so we tried and tried to please. We tried and tried to have communion and camaraderie, to no avail. And so over and over again we felt rejected, worthless and inadequate. We did not realize who and what we were, and who and what our brethren were. We did not realize what an upside-down world we lived in, where the dark and the light vied against each other for our allegiance, and thought systems and beliefs were incompatible with each other. We felt we had a deeper purpose in life, but we were confused, for our best efforts at kindness and communion were rejected and demonized. This was the life we came to Earth to live, to feel inferior, to feel dejected, to hurt deeply. And now, having lived that life, having experienced the hero's journey, we are lifting to a higher vibration, a higher frequency, for the time of our ascension is at hand. And our memory is returning. We know now that we are here to help, in humility and with great compassion for our brethren, the great compassion that our challenging lives have given us. There is an energy inside us that is infinitely more powerful than anything we see outside ourselves. Our soul is that energy, the aspect of the Creator that has come as us. With the ascension, the raising of the frequency of planet Earth, and our own ascension into a higher frequency way of being, we now have the resources to live life in a whole new way. We now have the deep connection with our soul. We can now access our soul's energy and return our divinity to our awareness. We, our soul, is consciousness come to Earth to live through pre-planned experiences. This needs to be emphasized, for we are not used to thinking that way. We are not used to following the voice of our heart, the direction of our spirit. We are used to doing what we are told. We are used to obeying outside authority. We have been taught to be compliant and subservient to the demands of our brethren, our culture, our society, and the illogical and confusing governmental system in which we have been living. And this is all as it was meant to be. Now we, who have come to Earth to help, have been released from our dream spell. The dream spell, the contrast that educated us into greater love. We can now see what is going on around us. We can now see the bigger picture of the planet Earth drama. We see the grand stage production and the players, the dark and the light vying against each other. We see with clarity how the dark ones are manipulating our environment and the events of our lives. We understand now that Earth is a schoolroom, and everyone is here learning by making mistakes. All is to be forgiven, for nothing wrong ever happened. Everyone is sifting and sorting through all the confusion, through all of the choices, through the chaos, the confrontation and discombobulation that this upside-down world provides. We understand now that we are not our emotions or our story. Our emotions are our moral compass, our rudder indicator for our behavior. Negative emotions mean that we have behaved in a way that is out of sync with our soul's desire. We understand now how our brain sees what we think in our mind as real. Our soul cannot tell if our brain is lying. The words our mind repeats create our reality, for universal law dictates that the universe rearranges itself according to our thinking. We stay in the new high frequency we now inhabit by thinking loving, happy thoughts, and by understanding what seems to be the failures of ourselves and those around us, for they are on their own evolutionary journey and must make their own mistakes and follow their own path. Ascension has to be gradual. We have to find out where our dysfunctions lie, where we are unloving, which of our thoughts and deeds are negative before we can change them. And this pause in the Great Awakening is giving us the time to do just that. We see the massive amount of propaganda that the dark agenda sends out on a daily basis. The words they spout, the story they tell has nothing to do with the truth. And we see how our brethren believe the tales, the outright lies that are disseminated. We see how they are manipulated and put into fear by the repetition of awful stories, of false flag events and deadly diseases. Their truth is created not by the reality of the situation, but by the story they are told, a story that has no resemblance to the truth, but that supports the agenda of the dark ones. We see how our human brethren are still in a seriously deep and dark sleep. They are falling more and more deeply into their dream spell. They behave as automatons, religiously following the directions of their government and its media spokesperson. Even though these directions, these laws and regulations change from day to day, from week to week and month to month, and contradictions are to be seen everywhere. And now seeing this, we are in a magnificent time of opportunity. This time of opportunity is a gift for us to sort ourselves out, to deal with remaining dysfunctions, to commune with ourselves, our soul, and to form our new moral ideology. It is a time for us to educate ourselves, a time for us to come to a deep understanding of human life, an understanding that will give us the necessary tools and comprehension to help our brethren. For that time is close where we will help. For many of our human brethren, the dream spell is about to be broken, and we need to be ready to help them. We need to be ready to listen to their great confusion and discombobulation with unconditional love and unconditional positive regard. It is time for us to align ourselves fully to the Christed light within, for the Christ consciousness has come as us. This is the time of the second coming of Christ, the time where the souls of man that are the Christ consciousness awaken and love reigns supreme. Mankind is no accident of evolution. Humanity is a well-designed biological computer for spirit to use to experience life in the material realm, for spirit to experience the opposite of love, and thereby with the contrast to grow itself into greater love and compassion. And so, our dear ones, life is good and getting better, Let us use this pause, this time in our ascension process, to go within, to commune with our soul. And let us commune with each other, for the energies being poured on the earth contain synchronicities which draw us together. As we raise our frequency higher and higher, we are at last recognizing each other. For as the Bible says, where two or more are gathered together in my name, I am in the midst of them. We are seeing the fire in each other's eyes, the steady, calm, penetrating gaze that comes with ascension, the intensely caring and kind emanation of love that we each emit. We are now drawn to each other as if with a magnet. This pause is a wonderful time for our realization of our true selves, for self-actualization, for communion and camaraderie with like minds. And the wonder of it is, the best is yet to come. Yes, the best is yet to come as we ascend into the fifth dimension of love. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings, indeed.